Hey, my name's Alexander and I'm a leukemia survivor. I don't know what to do with my hands in this video. When I was diagnosed, it was a week before Christmas, which I guess means I was on the naughty list that year. And look, I don't blame Santa for modernizing and replacing the old school traditional lump of coal with something new and fresh, but blood cancer was a twist I didn't see coming. Well played, fat man. When I went to hospital to start my treatment, the doctor told me that my chemo could cause permanent infertility, but no one followed up, no one showed me what to do, and I didn't have a single conversation about it afterwards. And if I'm honest, the communal freezer, it didn't feel like the right place for a DIY job. Take it from me, a cancer ward is sad enough without ducking to the kitchen for some frozen yogurt and getting a mouthful of... So I got on with it. I did my best to get through the whole thing. I didn't think about starting a family, I just wanted to survive. Fast forward to now, spoiler alert, I beat cancer, and despite 7 months of treatment and no fertility help, I found out I'm having a daughter. And I guess the reason I'm sharing any of this with you is because it's so easy to second guess yourself, right? I mean, I can't be the only one. I won the battle against cancer, but sometimes it really does feel like I lost the war. My life has revolved around my experience with leukemia. Fighting it and running from it, it's a ghost that I cannot escape. But look, none of this is to say I'm a victim of my circumstances, because I'm absolutely not. I'm so blessed to have walked through the fire and come out the other side. Still, the smoke lingers on my clothes, and I could scrub my skin until it bled and never be free of that stench. I can remember all of it. On my first day of chemo, the hospital's automatic swinging doors felt like limbs pulling me into some sort of unwanted, unwelcome embrace. Surrounded by the pinballing chatter of other patients, I felt suffocated by their sickness, and I guess my own sickness too. Desperately alone, even in the most crowded cancer ward, my life felt absolutely over. I felt like I'd barely started living, and I was about to die. The annoying thing about trauma is that it can lead to reduced activity in the hippocampus, which distinguishes between past and present. When your brain can't tell the difference between an actual event and a memory of that event, it perceives things that trigger memories as traumatic events themselves. Years later, I still live in some sort of hyper-emotional reactive state. Most days I'm fine, but every now and then you step in a landmine that just sets you off. A lot of the times I can never see what these landmines are, but the hospital, or thoughts of the hospital, have been a regular problem. And that's a bit of a fucking problem, because hospitals and babies go together like Santa and giving people cancer. I've been visiting the hospital a lot in the lead up to my daughter's birth. Checkups, check-ins, checking out where she'll be born. And after so long being afraid of the hospital, I was honestly terrified I'd spiral. I mean, I have so many times in the past. But after years of being afraid of the hospital, something was different. The same automatic swinging doors felt welcoming and warm this time. People hung around, wearing smiles, and the symphony of their collective chatter, it just felt optimistic instead of ominous. But look, this isn't the story of how I freed myself from my mental demons, because life just isn't that simple. Like me, you carry the weight of what you've been through, and there's no way to get rid of that burden. All you can do is find strength to better carry the load. I haven't woken up free from my cancer-related health anxiety, and if I'm honest, becoming a dad probably isn't going to change that. But experiencing the hospital in a new light, it's helped me feel a little more free about the whole thing. All this time I was trying to sidestep landmines, and then, in some sort of moment of clarity, it came to me. There was nothing to run from anymore. I mean, we all fall victim to traps in our minds. Some more than others, and some more catastrophically than others. But no one emerges unscathed from the battles they've been through. When I was waiting for my daughter to be born, I thought about how awful it would be to live forever without being subject to moments of growth, even if that means triumph is mixed with tragedy. My experience with cancer has reshaped me again and again, like layers of new wallpaper overlaid on old versions that came before to create something that's original and unique. Seeing the hospital again after so many years, it was like crossing paths with an old friend, and it made me realize that maybe it doesn't matter whether the war is lost or won, simply that you survived. The day I found out I had cancer felt like the day my life ended. But with my daughter, a new life begins. And what's the point of any of this if not a chance to try again and again and again? To try and overcome our mental demons, to try and be a little bit better than you were before, to try and be the best dad you can be. At least, that's my goal. Not just with this channel, but in life. When I think about my leukemia, the memories still smell like smoke. But my last trip to the hospital has helped blow away the scent. Who knows? Maybe soon that smell will be gone for good. Despite everything, I beat cancer and had a daughter. I guess that makes me a second chance dad, in more ways than one. I'm figuring out fatherhood, health and fitness, and a life after leukemia. And I'd love to have you come along for the ride. Subscribe to give a middle finger to cancer.